said I really knew you were, what would your answer be if you were here today? Here today. Well, knowing you probably laugh and say that we were worlds apart if you were here today. Here today. But as for me, I still remember how it was before, and I'm holding back the tears now. Oh, I love you. What about the times we met? I suppose we would stay with it playing out again. Didn't understand a thing, would always sing. What about the night we cried? Cause there wasn't a reason for to keep it all inside. Never understand a word, but always there with a smile. If I say I really love you, I'm glad you came along when you were here today. For you were in my song. Well, hi there pluckers, I've saw fingers there with a pretty ropey version of Paul McCartney's classic song here today. His tribute to John Lennon, of course, from the Tug of War album, I believe. Okay, standard tuning, no capos, and I'm doing it in the same key that it was on the original album, the Tug of War, I think. Okay. If you watch him playing it live these days, I think he detunes his guitar by a whole step. Okay, but anyway, this is in the same key as the album version. Okay, so it starts off with this very nice little chord, a bit of a slide up. Excuse me while I just attend to the animal. Come here. Shh. Right, hopefully she'll be quiet now. Right, so we do a slide on the 5th string from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, okay? And then we hold this shape, very simple, 2 fingers. 3rd finger is playing the 4th fret of the 5th string, and my 1st finger is playing the 2nd on the 4th. The 3rd string's open and the 2nd string's open, okay? So you do that slide from 2 to 4 on the 5th, and then arpeggiate the chord, okay? So go down to the 2nd string and then back up again, sort of thing, okay? And if I said, and then comes the 2nd chord. So this 1st chord is actually called C sharp minor 7th flat 5, if you want a name for it. C sharp minor 7th flat 5. If I said, right, and the 2nd chord is this one. Now, there's a choice on this, okay? This is the one that's on the album, okay? So what this is, it's a C minor 6th, okay? What you do is you bar the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings, okay? 2nd finger goes to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, the G string, okay? And your 3rd finger goes up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, the A string. 5 down to 2 should sound like that, and that's what you need to arpeggiate, okay? C minor 6th. So now you've got this. Okay, and obviously if you put the words in, it's something like this. Sorry. And if I said I really knew you well, that sort of thing, okay? My singing's not good, so you have to make allowances for this. Okay, so that's your first 2 chords. Now, the option on this C minor 6, there is a simpler option. If you're watching play it live these days, the second chord is actually C major 7th. He plays a C major 7th, not a C minor 6. Okay, and that's obviously a lot simpler. It's the C chord without the first finger, and it's 5 down to 2 again. So the way he's playing it live at the moment is, if I said I really knew you well, okay, but if you want the album version, it's this C minor 6, okay. I like the sound of that better myself, okay. Okay, and the next chord is a G chord, okay, simple G chord. Okay, can be a 4-finger G if you want, or just a standard G. Okay, so from the beginning, and if I said I really knew you well, what would your answer be? Okay, then what we do is a feed down to E minor, so we hit that second on the 6th on the bottom E string, 2nd fret. One of those little rundowns again. 3rd on the 6th, 2nd on the 6th. Keeping the little pinky where it is, okay? And into an E minor. So now we've got this. And if I said I really knew you well, what would your answer be? And if you were here today, okay? That's E minor. And then we play this nice little bit. Today. Right, so this is a C minor 7th. So C minor, I'm borrowing from fret 5 down to the first string, string 5 to the top E string on the 3rd fret. Okay, then I'm playing a C minor 7th shape, so that's 2nd finger is going on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and 3rd finger is going to the 5th fret of the 4th string. And what you do is you add your pinky to the 6th fret of the top E string. Okay. Okay. And then you move the pinky down to the 5th fret on the top E string. Okay. So you got. Then take it off and just have the normal C minor 7th. Then put the pinky up to the 6th fret of the 2nd string, the B string, and just go from 5 down to 2, and then take the pinky off and go back to the G. Okay, so what we've got now, so this is a C minor 7th. Okay, and when it goes down, when the pinky goes down to the 5th fret on the top E string, now believe it or not, that's a C minor 13th. So I'm told. And then you've got your C minor 7th again with the pinky off. And then when this pinky goes up to the 6th fret on the 2nd string, it becomes a C 7th sus4. And then back to the C minor 7th. And then back to the G. Okay, so let's try and get that far. So, and if I said, I really knew you well, what would your answer be? Today. And then all you do is sort of a arpeggiate, strum, half arpeggiate on the G, and stop. That sort of thing, okay? So once again, we're almost a third of the way through song now, hopefully. So here we go. And if I said, really knew you well, what would your answer be if you were here today? Here today. That's it, okay? Then what you do is you go back to the beginning of the song again, but initially you play the 5th fret of the 5th string. You do hit that note first, that 5th fret of the 5th string, the A string, single note, slide it back down to the 4th fret and then take up that C minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5 chord again for the second verse. And second verse plays exactly the same as the first verse. Okay, so knowing you probably laugh and say that we were worlds apart if you were here today. Here today. It's exactly the same as the first verse, okay, but different words. Okay, so let's just go through this whole thing up to the end of the second verse then, shall we? Okay, so here we go. And if I said I really knew, well, what would your answer be if you were here today? Here today. Knowing you probably laugh and say that we were worlds apart if you were here today. Here today. Right, and then we go. You can don't stop this time. Just keep strumming on the G. Here today. Then we go to a C chord. Knowing me. It's C to F, right? So that's right. So it's me. It's a bit. Here today, but for me, I still remember how it was before. Okay, it's C to F to C. Okay, so coming out of the here today. C, but as for me, F, I still remember how C it was before. F, and I am holding back the C. It is A minor, no, E minor. Back to C, oh, A minor, A. So C, A minor and E minor twice, okay? It goes, tears no more. Oh, 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 I love you. And that is, I love you is an F major 7. So it's an F chord without the with the top E string open. So lift the bar up from your bar. You're just fretting the first fret of the second string. The top string is now open. F major 7th 3-fingered version, or I'm doing a 4-fingered version like this. Third finger up to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, pinky going on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, 5 down to 1, top string open, F major 7th, okay? Or you do a simple one, 4 down to 1, okay? So it's coming out of that. So at the end of the F major 7th, I love you. And then what you do is you just arpeggiate a D chord very quietly. Something like that. Standard D chord, yeah? Just arpeggiate it. And then we're going into the bridge section, so to speak, okay? So, coming out of the second verse where it goes... here today, C. But as for me, F, I still remember, back to C it was before, F, and I'm holding back C, the T, A minor, E minor, C, A minor, E minor, F major 7, I love you, D. Okay, now we're into the middle section. What about the time we met? Okay, so back to G this time. What about the time we met? Well, I suppose to say that we're playing hard to get. Now, this is, the timing on this is a bit unusual, so listen to the song if you get stuck, okay? Starts on a G, listen to the, what about the time we met? And then it does this chord, it's a diminished. Okay, so it's a diminished chord. First finger is on the 4th string, 1st fret, D string 4th fret. second finger is the first fret of the second string, the B string, third finger is on the second fret of the third string, and pinky is on the second fret of the top E string. Should sound like that, 4 down to 1. Okay, it's an E flat diminished. Okay, so G, so it comes into this G after it comes out of the D, then G. What about a time we met? Well, I suppose that you say we were playing hard to get into an E minor. Got that? So the timing, I say, listen to the record, you'll get it. Okay, so it's what about the time we met? Well, I suppose you say that we were playing hard to get. Didn't understand the thing. And what it does there, it comes into the E minor and stays on E minor for a bit. It goes, what about the time we met? Well, I suppose you say we were playing hard to get. And then what happens then, there's a little cello comes in or something and plays the, you can sort of simulate it by playing the bottom E string on the third fret with your pinky and then open. Okay, so it's what about the times we met? Well, I suppose you would say we were playing hard to get. Didn't. So it's a little pregnant pause there, and then E minor again. Didn't understand a thing, but we could A minor, always D, sing, back to E minor. A bar of E minor, and then the singing comes back in again. Okay, so start again, here we go, from the beginning of the bridge section. What about the times we met? Well, I suppose you say we were playing hard to get. Didn't understand a thing, but you'd always sing. Again, what about the night we cried? Because there wasn't any reason to keep it all inside. Never understood a word, but you're always there with an E minor smile. So it's A minor, D, E minor. Always there, E minor smile. And then we do this 5th fret of the 5th string again, and back to the first chord we play. The C minor, C sharp minor 7 flat 5, the last verse. And if I say I really loved you and was glad you came along, that bit, okay? So it's exactly the same to start with, the last verse, as all the other verses, okay? So go this middle bit again. So what about the time I suppose you would say we were playing hard together? Didn't understand a thing, could always sing. What about the night we cried? Because there wasn't a reason to keep it all inside. Never understood a word, but you were always there with a smile. And if I say I really loved you and was glad you came along, and with you here today, same as usual, except we stop there on this very last word, this very last verse. Okay, so from the beginning of it, it goes as usual. If I say I really loved you and was glad you came along when you were here today, then we do this one, and then we stop on the C minor 7th, and he says, for you were in my G song. Then we go back to this one again. Here today. End of song. Okay? So this whole last verse, okay? So coming out of the always there with a smile. And if I say I really loved you and was glad you came along when you were here today. For you were in my song. Here today. And there you have it, boys and girls. My take on Paul McCartney's Here Today. Sorry about the singing, just for reference, okay? enjoy. It's a lovely song. Quite a few fiddly bits in it, but well worth persevering with. Okay, one more option for you. Okay, I forgot to mention it in the bridge section where it goes, comes out of that here today. But as for me, I still remember how it was, that bit. Okay, I was playing C and F, C and F. Yeah. There is a case for playing F6 instead of F. Right, so comes here today. But as for me, I still remember how it was. But it's a bit tricky, okay? But there is, you could argue it was F6 rather than F. So what I would suggest you do is to try it. Okay, so instead of playing the F, when you're playing the F, add your pinky to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, you can either do that as a bar chord, so an F bar chord with pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, or you can do a simple F and put your pinky on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So it comes out of that, and it goes. Sorry, but as for me, but as for me, I still remember how it was before, and I am holding back the tears. That's quite nice actually, I don't dislike that. So you could try that. You might prefer that to an F, an F6, okay? So coming out of the middle section, or the 2nd verse rather. Today, but as for me, I still remember how it was before, and I am holding back the tears now. Get the idea? Okay, the rest of it is the same. Okay, so the two options I've got for you in the song are the 2nd chord, which on the album is a C minor 6. You could play just a C major 7th, which he does live nowadays. And when you come to the F in the bridge section, you could try an F6. You might like the sound of that better. I think live he plays it an F, if I remember rightly, watching him do it live. I think he plays just a straightforward F. But I think on the record it might be an F6. Okay. Anyway, try it if you like it. If you don't like it, just play an F. Thanks a lot for listening and watching, and I'll see you in the next.